This week on Whitetail Explorer, Stan Potts hunts big bucks in Montana and Wyoming.
As whitetail hunters, we're all explorers. We're always out there exploring for a better food source, bedding areas, looking for tree stand locations, exploring for rub lines, scrape lines. We're no different than the big mature whitetail bucks themselves. Whitetail Explorer, we're glad you joined us.
Whitetail Explorer is brought to you by Millennium Tree Stands, Hornady, Matthews Archery, Muzzy Broadheads, Nocturnal Lighted Knots, Block Targets. Come along with Stan Potts and his team as they hunt big bucks on Whitetail Explorer.
Folks, thanks for tuning in this week to Whitetail Explorer. We're glad you're here. I am headed to Montana and Wyoming, and I've got a tag for both states, and I'm going with the Hornady guys. And if you've seen the stuff that I've done over the years, you know I love going out and hunting with Mike and Esther Watkins at Trophies Plus Outfitters. So without further ado, let's head to Montana. Hey folks, here we are in Montana. This is our first morning. We're hunting with Trophies Plus Outfitters and got here yesterday afternoon, got everything ready to go. And it's 15 degrees this morning. It should be awesome. It should be. We've got the Hornady ammunition and the TC rifle, and it is driving tax. So you stick with Barry and I, you know how good Montana's been to us in the past. It got really cold, heavy frost. We're looking for a big whitetail or a big muley. It doesn't matter. Something that we can put a stalk on. Haven't seen the one we're looking for yet, but there's definitely some really good deer on this ranch right here. They've been seeing them. So, folks, we're in Montana, and we're set up on a fence line. And back over here, way out in front of me and to the right is 3 bucks. 2 of them are big ones. One of them's a real good one. And there's a hayfield up here behind us. We think they're going to make a move and come to that hayfield. But there's also 5 or 6, 7 bucks way over here on a sagebrush flat. And there's one of them that's a real tall, narrow, big deer, mule deer. And we also think they're going to come to the hayfield, so we're just going to wait them out. You know, we got about an hour, a little over an hour left, hour and 15 minutes of light. These are big mule deer, so you might get to see me shoot a big mule deer for a Whitetail Explorer. He's coming, Barry. Can you see him? And almost 700 yards. There's a big buck down there, right by that pond, that water tank, just working a tree over. I think it's the biggest one of the bunch. There's one coming up right here, but we're losing light fast. We're running out of light here, folks. All those bucks went to that water tank down there. And now there's a couple of them coming up, but it looks like we're going to run out of light. I don't think we can get there in time. Give me a second. Thank you, Lord.
This segment is brought to you by Hunter's Safety System.
Stan, when you're gun hunting, do you prefer to be in a tree stand or on the ground?
Folks, welcome to Give Me a Second this week. We're up in Wisconsin with Steve. It's easier Steve, to get a rest out of a ground blind than it is up in a tree stand, unless you're in a ladder stand, of course. But that leads me to the point of you need a rest. It is super important in gun hunting, whether you're in a tree or on the ground, to get a rock solid rest. When you're on the ground, you need your shooting sticks where the front of the rifle or shotgun muzzleloader is rested, but you also need to have your back up against something where you're rock solid. That's the key to making good, accurate long-range shots, is having your gun rested. When I'm in a tree stand, I like to use a base and an arm like we use for the camera so I can swing it in all directions, front of the gun, back of the gun rested. But a lot of times you can't do that, but you need to get shooting sticks, whatever. That is the key. That is the most common mistake that I see people make, not getting a rock-solid rest, whether they're on the ground or in a tree. Thanks for tuning in this week, folks.
Hey folks, we're out here in Montana with Trophies Plus Outfitters. As you can see in the background here, we're on a big alfalfa field, and there's probably 30 deer out already when we got here. Several bucks. It looks like one really big one. We're trying to figure out how to get on him, so you stick with us. I'll tell you what's going on here. We're hiding behind these bales, and we're somewhere between 220 and 250 from a bunch of mule deer. But a lot of them are laying down. There's 2 or 3 big bucks. One looks like a really good one. We're just waiting them out. Barry and I sitting here until they get up and start moving around. We're hiding we're tucked right in here. It's kind of exciting, so stick with us. We crawled around these bales and got in front of them and got set up where I can get my back against this bale, where I can get a good rest. These long rifle shots, you know, this is 250 plus. The big one, the biggest one of the bunch, is laying right against the fence. He looks like a big wide 4x4 deep forks. They're up and moving. Are they looking this way?
There's something behind us coming. Oh, there's tractors coming. They're back here behind us.
They're gonna go away from us.
I don't even know which one he is now.
He's way out there.
Yeah, he's to the left.
She's looking right at us. Here comes some more.
It's the wide one that ain't the big one.
Is that him?
I don't think so. It's a wide one that ain't him.
No, that's not him. Yeah, they're all gonna come back. Well, folks, we're still here at the hay bale, and I don't know if Barry got any film of it, but we had the deer were standing up, getting to their feet. We were going to kill that really big one. Had a great shot, 230. And here come Farmer Joe and his tractor and a guy in a pickup right behind him, and they come right by us, right here 20 feet from us. But they blew all the deer out and spooked them. Some of them have come back, but not the big one that we're looking for yet. But we still got, 45 minutes of light left.
That's him jumping.
Yeah, I can see one standing at the fence.
That's him jumping the fence.
There, he's in our field. If we can make that bale right there, what are you thinking?
Welcome to Property Goals with Mark Beck, brought to you by Illinois Land Sales and Auction.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Property Goals here on Whitetail Explorer. This is going to talk about river systems and creek systems and how beneficial they are to your property, especially if you're out looking to purchase a property. Myself, I bought 400 acres here on the Sangamon River in central Illinois. And one reason I did it was two reasons: the CRP program, and then as long as your property is by a river system, you're always going to have wildlife. You know, if you're protected by the floodplain in a way, because you can't develop in the floodplain. You can't get insurance on floodplain. So there'll be no development in the floodplain. So I like to maintain my properties around those floodplains because those are corridors for wildlife. The new species come in. You know, we're getting bobcats all over the state of Illinois, and some of the first places you found them were along river systems. So the deer are going to travel there. Bucks are going to travel the river systems. New bucks will come in through the river system. So, you know, when you're looking for property, always keep in mind those creeks, drainages, and river systems. You always have wildlife on your property. Join us next week for more Property Goals on Whitetail Explorer.
He's going left right here.
Can you tell which one he is?
Yeah, I can tell. He's in the middle of the pack, though. He's not clear.
He's the one that's broadside right now.
Yes, yes, the big, wide one.
Yeah, the one in the back. Right?
Yes. You got him?
Isn't he shooting one by himself?
Yep. You got him?
Got him. You got him.
Yes! Yes, I hit him. I hit him.
He's still up there. He's right in amongst all those does.
Yeah, I see him. I see him. Yeah, I got.
He's moving. He's moving.
Yeah, he's moving.
He's just standing there right in amongst. Okay, he's moving to the left. Okay, he's to the left. And he's to the right.
I don't know. Yeah, he's going back to the right. He's going back to the right.
Can you get another one anyway?
I'm gonna try him again. I hit him that first shot.
Yeah, I think you hit him. I think he's just going to wait a second so he can get another one. Okay, he's moving to the right. Can you see him?
Oh, yeah. See him right there?
There's a bunch of bucks over
I know.
Which one is he?
He's right there. He's right there on the tail end. There, he's coming out. See him there?
Broadside right now.
Yes, yes, the big, wide one.
Yeah, the one in the back. Right?
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna try him. There, he's clear. I'm gonna try him. Ready?
Yeah. You got him. You knocked him down.
Trophies Plus Outfitters. Big giant muley, thanks for being with me, folks. And thank you, Lord. Let's get Corey up here and let's go take a look at him. Folks, right there he is laying in the hayfield. Here comes Corey. I can hear Corey coming. We're by, you can tell we got the light. Come on, buddy. Corey Morier for Trophies Plus Outfitters. This is our first year to hunt together. Come on, bud. Did you see him go down?
Yes, I did.
He's way up behind us with a spotting scope. Let's go over here. Come on, Corey. Let's go, folks. Come with me. Look at that giant mule deer, folks. Look at that. He's got to be 27, 28 anyway. Let me come around this way. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lord. Look right here, folks. That right there is what I'm talking about. A big, giant 4x4 with high guards. I shot him twice, actually. Hit him a little low the first time, and then shot him right through the lungs the second time. 350 something and over 400, about 420 that second shot. And that's the new Hornady ammunition. Neil Hemery, Richard Mann, we're all out here testing the new Hornady ammunition. It's unbelievable. I'd say that's a good test.
Folks, we got it done in Montana, and we had a lot going on there. We had the rancher coming in with his farm machinery and kind of messed us up there. And hey, he's got work to do. He don't have any idea, and he doesn't really care, and that's the way I would be if I was him. But we got it done in Montana. Big giant mule deer, Montana, Wyoming. Your tag is good for either deer, and I love that about going out there. Now, let's head to Wyoming. Could be a muley, could be a whitetail. You better stay tuned.
Whitetail Explorer is brought to you by Millennium Tree Stand, Hornady, Hunter Safety System, Third Arm Camera Tree Support, IQ Bow Sights, Illinois Land Sales and Auction, Springfield Archery, and books by Pots.com. Welcome to Capture the Hunt with Barry Greenhall. This segment is brought to you by the Third Arm Camera Tree Support.
Hey guys, Barry Greenhall with Capture the Hunt, and on this week's segment we're going to talk about if you're on the ground, run and gun style, over the shoulder. We've done a lot of this hunting, like elk hunting and turkey hunting, or even down in South Texas trying to rattle up bucks. So it's something that we use quite a bit. So this is the setup that I normally do. I try to run monopod style, and what I mean by that is I have one leg down on my tripod that's holding all the weight. I can keep this camera level by just moving it one way or the other. If you go like a traditional 3 legs out on the tripod and you get down here and you level this camera out, you've cut your mobility down. You can't move at all. If you move one way or the other, more than likely your level is going to be off and you're going to have to re-level everything. By keeping it one leg down in a monopod style, I can move if I need to in a split second. All I got to do is pick up one way or the other. I can level the camera out just by the feel of it. Try to keep these tips in mind. Hopefully they'll help you capture the hunt.
Hey folks, we're in Wyoming. This is the first day of the Wyoming season, and we're with Trophies Plus Outfitters, and Corey here brought us in here. We were in here this morning and we saw a big, narrow, older, mature buck, an 8-point that's heavy. We just couldn't get on him this morning. That buck that we're after is right up here in the alfalfa field. He come out way down from where we thought he would. You can tell I'm out of breath. We had to come about a mile up the creek. We're starting to lose light. He's right up here. We're going to try to ease over and get a shot. How far is he, Corey? He's 260. 260, okay, buddy. Yes! Yes, he's down. Thank you, Lord. Horn, that new Hornady ammo and that TC rifle. Just put it on him and let it eat. Wyoming, Trophies Plus Outfitters. It's a beautiful buck. He's a big mature whitetail. He's real narrow and heavy. Not real tall, but heavy, but he's a big mature deer. Something you look for. You know, at least 5.5. Big old sway belly. Kind of like me. Old. Yes! Let me get this up. Let me get down here. Probably a 5.5-year-old deer. Look at that. Look at that tight rack buck. He's got a brow tine broke. I didn't even see that. He wraps around in front and almost touches, but he's super thick and heavy. Chocolate rack, real tight, long brow tine, really good mass, big mature deer. Wyoming, Trophies Plus Outfitters.
Folks, I want to thank you for being with us in Montana and Wyoming this week. But remember, Whitetail Explorer, we need you right back here next week, same time, same place. And hey, don't forget, you can check us out on Facebook. So from all of us here at Whitetail Explorer, we will see you right back here next week. Thank you very much.